The Red Hand of Upton St. James Primary School. In the seaside town of Torquay, where the English Riviera's cliffs framed the restless waves of 1987, Upton St. James Primary Church of England School stood as a sturdy red brick relic of Victorian education. Tucked near the town centre, its wrought iron gates opened onto a courtyard where a modest swimming pool, an outdated addition from the 1950s, sat unused most of the year, its cracked tiles glinting under the occasional rain. The school's corridors echoed with the chatter of children, but in the autumn of that year a darker tale took hold. Sightings of the Red Hand, a ghostly imprint that appeared in the toilets and by the poolside, spreading terror among the pupils and leaving a mark on the school forever. No one knew the true origins of the Red Hand, though whispers among the older teachers tied it to a tragedy from the school's early days. Some spoke of a young caretaker in the 1920s, a man named Albert Dawes, who drowned in the school's original well, now sealed beneath the courtyard, while trying to fix a leak during a storm. Others murmured of a child lost to illness in the school's wartime years, her grief-stricken mother leaving a bloody handprint on a window that refused to fade. Whatever its source, the Red Hand had been a quiet legend at Upton St. James, a story told to spook new pupils until 1987, when it became all too real. It began in late September during a drizzly afternoon when the school's heating sputtered and the air turned damp with autumn chill. 10-year-old Emma Price, a timid girl in Year 5, slipped away from her class to use the girls' toilets near the back of the school, a dimly lit annex with peeling green paint and cracked porcelain sinks. As she washed her hands, the mirror above the basin fogged over, and there it was, a crimson handprint, stark against the glass, its fingers splayed as if pressing through from the other side. Emma froze, her scream echoing down the corridor as she bolted back to her classroom, her skirt damp with fear. Her classmates giggled nervously when she stammered out her tale, but Mrs. Hargreaves, the teacher, went pale. "Just a prank," she muttered, though her eyes darted to the window as if expecting something worse. The sightings didn't stop there. A week later, during a rare swimming lesson in the chilly pool by the front gates, 2 boys from Year 6, Tommy Carter and David Mills, saw it again. The pool, already a grim relic with its moss-slicked tiles and murky water, felt colder than usual that day. As the boys splashed reluctantly at the shallow end, Tommy pointed to the tiled wall near the deep end. A red handprint shimmered beneath the water's surface, glowing faintly as if lit from within. "It moved!" David shrieked, scrambling out of the pool, his towel forgotten as he ran for the changing rooms. The other children followed in a panic, their shrieks drawing Mr. Bennett, the gruff PE teacher, who dismissed it as bloody algae. But when he checked later, mop in hand, the handprint was gone, leaving only a faint stain that wouldn't scrub away. The Red Hand's appearances spread terror through Upton St. James. Children became too scared to venture to the toilets alone, their imaginations conjuring horrors behind every creaking door. Some, like little Sophie Green in Year 3, were so frightened they wet themselves rather than face the annex, their parents collecting them with tight-lipped frowns and murmurs about sorting this nonsense. The sightings intensified. Handprints appeared on mirrors, on the poolside tiles, even once scratched faintly into the frost on a toilet window. Whispers turned to dread. The Red Hand wasn't just a prank. It felt alive, angry, its crimson glow a warning of something unspoken. By November, the school was in chaos. Parents demanded answers at a heated PTA meeting, their voices rising over cups of tepid tea in the assembly hall. Reverend Thomas, the vicar who oversaw the school's Church of England ethos, suggested a blessing to calm the spirits. But the headmaster, Mr. Pritchard, a pragmatic man with a thinning comb-over, had a more practical solution. "It's the pool," he declared, slamming a fist on his desk. "That wretched thing's been nothing but trouble since the 50s. We'll bury it." The swimming pool, already a financial drain with its constant leaks and outdated filtration, was deemed the likely source of the disturbances. Perhaps its damp, shadowy depths stirred whatever unrest lingered beneath the school. In early December, just before the Christmas term ended, builders arrived. The pool by the front gates was drained, its tiles smashed, and its basin filled with rubble and earth. By the new year, it was paved over, transformed into an extension of the playground, a smooth expanse where children could chalk hopscotch grids and kick footballs without fear of ghostly hands rising from the water. The toilets, too, were scrubbed and repainted, their mirrors replaced with shiny new ones, devoid of crimson marks. Reverend Thomas held his blessing anyway, sprinkling holy water across the playground with a murmured prayer, though he admitted later over sherry that he'd felt nothing sinister to dispel. The red hand vanished as swiftly as it had come. Since the pool was buried, no further sightings plagued Upton St. James Primary School. The children, once paralysed by fear, returned to their routines, racing to the toilets in giggling clumps, their imaginations turning to dragons and pirates instead of spectral hands. The teachers breathed easier, though Mrs. Hargreaves kept a wary eye on the old annex, her ruler tapping nervously whenever a draft blew through. The playground thrived, its new surface a quiet victory over the past. And the red hand faded back into legend, a tale told to spook new pupils, but no longer believed with the trembling certainty of 1987. Yet on stormy nights, when rain lashed Torquay's cliffs and the wind howled through the school's gates, some of the older children swore they heard a faint tapping beneath the playground, as if something or someone still pressed a crimson hand against the earth, waiting for the waters to rise again. Many thanks for treading this haunted tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, follow, subscribe, and murmur your secrets below. Care to summon more? The coffee link below beckons. Heed its call.